question everything. So here we are, 2023. And racism is alive and well and kicking, and the hatred of this government and the people that control it for the Aboriginal Niggros of America is 100% strong. And you wonder why our communities look the way they look? Because they look this way on purpose, because systematically we've been starved of resources. And here it is, Brian Babbins, Republican, and 14 other Republicans out there in Houston, Texas. They decided that they're going to pass a bill that if any state in America gives reparations to the Aboriginal Niggros of America based off of slavery, Jim Crow laws, redlining, and the massacres, the genocide, the Holocaust that we've been through here in America, that they're going to stop federal funding to that state. Yeah, it can't get no more hatred than this, guys. This is a straight up attack on our people 100% through paperwork like they've been doing. But this is a reality in 2023. We're starving in the sense of what it means to have any economic growth. And this is just a reality. And they knows this. And this is what they're doing. And they're not backing down. See, and your leaders, your representative leaders that look like you and I, that's supposed to represent us, they're not doing nothing about this. Where are they at fighting and out protesting and boycotting when it comes to this reality? They're not rallying nothing up. But this is what's going on. Where's our celebrities at that's in the millions, this 10% that's on TV every day? Why they ain't talking about this? These people are talking about not sending any federal funding to any state that's willing to help us. That's willing to help us after what they have done to us and still continue to do to us. They even demonize us and mass incarcerate us under the 13th, 14th Amendment right now to take our rights from us and to re-enslave us, to have us in prison working for pennies on a dollar. What is this? What is going on? How in 2023 that the people that you vote for, you pay taxes to, can say they ain't going to send no federal funding to no state that acknowledge reparations in the form of what they owe us? How do that work? And let's just think about it. Are they also stopping resources from coming to our community already? Because look at our communities. We already know about redlining and how we couldn't get no type of bank loans being done on purpose. We already know about all the little towns and our little towns that we had that was thriving like Black Wall Street that they bombed. We know about all the other ones that they put up under lakes and kept it quiet as kept. They don't teach the history of all the real madness and horror and hatred that we have been through and had to live through as a bloodline. We only impoverished because of these things that they have done to us. Just imagine any of y'all right now going to work and they telling you they ain't gonna pay you no more. Think about it. Just think about it right now, that they say they ain't gonna pay you a dime anymore. What would you do? In the state, in the government, in the law enforcement, and all of them is going to back not paying you anymore. How would you survive? What would you have? What would you lose? How would you pass on anything to your children or your grandchildren? What would your generation look like 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 5 years from now, 100 years from now, 400 years from now, 600 years from now? How would y'all look if you was maintained and forced to be impoverished? Because this is what happened to the Aboriginal Negroes, and this is what they're continuing to maintain as inheritors of our oppression. See, their forefathers did it, and they're willing to maintain it with an iron thumb. This is just what it is. Babbins and them out there is really trying to pass this bill. Federal funding, like they control the funding in the sense of we the people don't have no say. Even if you're paying taxes, and you look like me, you have no say. This is the reality of being an Aboriginal Negro. And they ain't talking about anybody else, no other nation. They're talking about Negroes. That's it. That's it. If you're willing to help the Negro, then we're willing to block federal funding from your state. This is what's going on with the Republicans out in Houston. And it's a lot of them. And you think they don't hate you? This is why they won't give you a bill passed for hate crimes against Aboriginal Negroes. Because they want to hate you at their homes and with their families and behind closed doors and on the pen through paperwork. Remember, they say the pen is mightier than the sword. Well, hey, we're proof of that when you look at our communities. And then they get on their news that's controlled news, controlled owned news, because the news is actually owned by different families. Just look it up. It's public information. And they portray that we did this to our own communities. They don't tell you about the militias and all the things they have done to our people and in our communities through the different types of race riots that they brought through our community, bringing serious massacres to our communities that we couldn't do nothing about it because the police in the system wouldn't do nothing about it. But see, y'all sit back and don't know this history. But see, it's happening right before your eye through the pen right now in 2023. See, we supposed to have compassion for those that are being crushed. We supposed to have compassion for those that cannot fight or protect themselves. We supposed to have passion for those that need help. But see, they done desensitized your ass from it. So now you don't even know what it means to help a person being bullied, a person that's being trodden down on. You don't even understand that reality when it comes to it. You don't have any more compassion anymore. You don't even have any more understanding for wrong when it's being bluntly done in your face. You look at the victim and say to the victim, it's the victim's fault now. And this is because of their programming. But hey, this is the reality. This is what they're saying. If anyone gives any type of funding to the Aboriginal Negroes in the form of reparations, then the federal government is not going to send any type of federal assistance to that state. Tyrannical government, government full of hatred for the so-called black man and woman, the Aboriginal Niggros of America. Real hatred, hatred that y'all ain't never have saw on no level whatsoever in history. This is the reality to dealing with these inheritors, these colonizers when it comes to the Aboriginal Negro. And if you don't understand it, you will never understand it because this is happening right now as I speak. They're trying to pass bills so that federal funding won't go to no state that helps the Aboriginal Negro. So anytime you think about why our people is in the that they are in, think about us being under our oppressors. Think about us being with the people that have come to crush us and still willing to crush us in any form, in any fashion that they can, even if it's behind closed doors where you can't even see it. Because this is the reality to it. And with that, I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. For that is the question. You let me know. Peace, peace.